So let's take a look at the Intel's Core i3-5157U processor. It's basically a Broadwell series processor rated at 15 watts. That's what we see from the presentations that were leaked from Intel. Though it looks like from its performance that it could be more than 15 watts, something we will know in coming days. The processor is still not launched. It's expected to come in January 2015, but nonetheless there are a lot of information already available and we can make out what this processor looks like. So basically Broadwell, it comes with the 14 nanometer manufacturing process, compared to the 22 nanometer that Haswell was, and that itself brings a lot of improvement in power and size of the die and so on and so forth. Basically, the Broadwell has a better branch prediction, and so it takes a smaller number of the steps once it gets its codes to execute to the final step of execution. It has a bigger buffer size, which helps improve its performance, and it introduces the new instruction sets for cryptography. So what we basically can expect is a 5% performance improvement compared to the earlier Haswell. So i3-5157U is basically it's a 2-core 4 hyper-threads processor similar to what it was there in earlier Haswell and before the processor. It's 2.5 gigahertz, pretty high clock frequency, but no sub turbo support, and that's why we expect that to be not to be a 15-watt processor. If you look at this slide here, that's from Intel, what it looks like to be potentially Intel, which says that it's uh, it's a 15-watt processor. If you look at this 2.5 gigahertz 5157U, and comes with the Iris graphics one and so forth, but it lists it as 15 watts. But again, that's irrespective of whether it's 15 watts or 28 watts, we it's pretty good. It's going to be pretty good at 2.5 gigahertz. And for now, we will assume that the leak graphics is correct, and that's what makes it at 15 watts. As we said, it's a 5% performance improvement in the processor, and given the same clock, but the graphics is a different story. I mean, we can expect much better performance improvement. It's a native support for DisplayPort 1.2 for the first time, coming with the Broadwell, and also for DirectX 11.2. We expect that you should be able to play pretty smoothly in the low setting, and most of the games should be playable in the medium settings. And that's also given that the size of the notebooks will be small and thin. That's a great achievement in less than 4 or 5 years that Intel started with Ivy Vision, so on and so forth. So the Ivy, the core uh, i3-5157U, it comes with Iris Graphics 6100, which basically the counterpart of Iris 5100 in Haswell, and we expect it to be substantially better in performance. It comes with 48 execution units. For example, ST Graphics 5000 has 40 execution units. So, in overall, we should expect like a 20% performance improvement compared to 4120. About let's say 5% of it comes from the improvement in the processor architecture, and from as we move from 2 to 2.5 gigahertz, that's where rest of the performance improvement comes with. Thanks for taking a look.